Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Plan channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to set up my sinking funds and savings tracker. I know this is up a little late. I try to get it up like right after the first of the month stuff is already posted. And so I have it up for the month, but I typically don't do any transactions toward the end of the month. So nothing's really going to change from when I originally would have posted it to posting it up later, so which is good news. So you're not seeing anything new or different, but welcome to my channel. I am excited to have you here. If you're new, welcome. I am getting new people to my channel all the time, subscribing, and people are visiting. So if you're new here or if you are visiting, please hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you can catch my videos. I do budget videos, and I am currently just doing budget and plan with me's with my hourly life planner and my A5, so you can watch either one that you want to watch depending on what you actually use for your planning needs. So I create budget sheets. This is my August creation of budget sheets, and these are my sinking fund savings tracker. And then over here I have my credit card log, and I will explain that in just a minute. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to go ahead and pop these pages out. I'm going to pull last month's pages so I have my beginning balances and set up what I need to set up for August, and you guys will get to see that. So I will be right back. Okay, I am back. So here are my sinking funds in the August pattern, and beneath it I have July's closeout for sinking funds. I do believe I did a closeout video, but I can't remember for the life of me because the end of August or end of July, beginning of August, I actually was vacationing and it was busy, and I try to keep up with all the videos. So I may have touched on this a little bit, but I'm not sure what videos I did last month. So, but it does appear. I have written everything out. I have my closeout amount, and now these ending balances are my new beginning balances. So that's what I'm going to start with here. And we're just going to kind of set these next to each other in the view. And I've already got all my categories listed for my sinking funds. So if you're new to sinking funds, it's a very simple process of compartmentalizing your savings for specific needs. So it's an easy way of putting just a little bit of money aside every month or week or payday or whatever it is your system is to cover expenses throughout the year. Typically, I use these only for annual expenses or a little bit long-term expense. So if it's a year and it's something I put a few dollars away every month for a subscription or something, then I will put it away $5, $10, $15 a month per subscription that I need. And then once a year it comes out. Sometimes it's a maintenance kind of thing where you have like a vehicle maintenance. Now, I don't have vehicle maintenance on my list. I probably should, but I don't. But you can do something like that. So what my examples are, like annual contracts with our Orkin termite and spray, and subscriptions, and then our annual property taxes for our vehicles, and ongoing things that we purchase like cell phones and technology. So I'll be going through all of these with you guys and let you know where we're at, how much we have going, and what we'll be putting in this month and going into next month. So beginning with Amazon Prime, our new beginning is the ending balance of July. So that would be $110, which is perfect because typically, as you see over here, I only put $10 a month. So I only need $119. So I can actually put $9 here, but I think I'm just going to keep it at 10 and leave that extra dollar in there just for random things if we need it. So I'm going to put $10 as the goal of what we're going to add. Now I have an erasable Frixon 07 Frixon pen. So it's a gel pen, but it's erasable with heat from the nub of the pen. And so if I need to change that later, I can do that, because I'm actually not going to do the deposit until my third paycheck of the month, because that's when I have the most amount of money available. And because these are annual expenses, they all kind of cover for each other in there, and I don't have to really worry about it too much. So Disney Plus, at this point, we have $46.64. close to the end of the year. I think in December is when our annual subscription is, and we put $5.83 a month away. And this Apple subscription, same thing. They're both $69.99. This is for my Apple MacBook Air is what I have. And I get the Office package with the Excel and Word, which is what I use the most, but it has PowerPoint, notes, and all the other things that come with it. So I get the whole suite. And there you go. So I pay once a year $69.99. Yeah, $69.99 for that. So, and it's about the same time as the Disney Plus subscription. So $5.83 a month for both of those. Orkin termite spray, I'm currently at $144. Quarterly, we do have the house sprayed, and that's $88 each time they spray. So there's that, and I will be putting $55 because this also includes me building up to a $2.99 contract for termites to make sure the house does not have termites. Heating and AC, I put away $20 a month, and I'm at $70. Now this contract is an annual contract as well, and it's for our heating and AC company that we use if either one were broke. This is the company we would call. They maintenance it every spring and fall for the heat or the AC, depending on the season, and let us know if there's any problems or trouble. So we just make sure they come out and maintenance it. City of Chesapeake. So City of Chesapeake, this includes 2 stormwater bills, which is $44.10, I think, for the past 2 years. So I'm assuming that's what it's going to be next year. And that's usually middle of the year, around June, and then December, we get another bill. So that plus what our property taxes for our vehicle for this year was, and I think we spent $588 and some change. And so we took all those numbers, added them together, divided them, and rounded it up. And it's $57 a month we're putting away for that. And I have currently $105.02. So whenever I had to make a payment to the City of Chesapeake, this is where that money comes from. Now, all of this money, as I go along, as I'm writing this down, is one savings account. It's all in one place. So it's all commingled together, and they just kind of hang out together until I need to use them. And a lot of times, I don't even have to withdraw from it. The denomination that I need is smaller than the amount I actually make a deposit for every month. And so I just reduce that deposit, keep it in my checking account, and then make the payment. Sometimes if it's larger, like City of Chesapeake, where the bill was like $588 for 2 vehicles, then I would not make a deposit to the savings account, and then I would move money back to cover the rest of the cost. So that works too. There's so many ways of doing it. You can use sinking funds as a checking account as well if you are compartmentalizing your money to the point where you put your spending categories in there. And that's another way of doing things. So there's that. I try to put $100 a month away for cell phone tech. A lot of times I do get into it and use it, but we have built it back up to $255.85. And I'm going to put another $100. It's back to school. Who knows what we're going to need in technology this year. Christmas fund is building really nice. I have $400. I want $600. And we're a family of 4 adults. $600 isn't enough to cover everything, but this is more Christmas activities. If we can do activities, we are near Colonial Williamsburg and Busch Gardens and places like that, and they have some amazing Christmas programs that we haven't done. So we probably buy our tickets through that. Our family actually sends us a plenty of money over the holidays for our 2 adult sons and us. They just still dote on us and stuff. So we never really have to worry about gifts or anything like that. And so that we do more activities and experiences. So we're going to do another $50, which I have not touched that. Vacation fund I have touched a few times. Right now I only have $50 in there. Anytime we have a short-term hotel stay somewhere, I offset the cost by whatever this little vacation fund is. Earlier this year with one of the stimulus checks, I kept most of it, $3,500, to do a not a major vacation, but a 4-day vacation in Gatlinburg that included hotel price and any activities we wanted to do. So we haven't gone on that trip, but we're about to, so we're excited about that. And so that, I have $50 and I typically put $50 in here, and that's what we're doing there. And then the P.O. box. So this one's going to be $85. And I typically do $17. And when I transfer funds, and I started funding this a little late, so it's gonna be off a little bit, I am keeping back $102, I think. And that, I think the P.O. box actually went up in price, and I paid it 30 days earlier. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce this to 102. I put it on my credit card, and then I pay my credit card off every month, but I wanna keep that cash in my checking account. So when I go to make the deposit, I will be $102 less. That's gonna put me in negative numbers, but the rest of this money will put us in positive numbers. And I'm gonna find out what the adjustment will be so that I can add more and be ready for the next one in 6 months. Because I pay this $102 every 6 months for the P.O. box. My P.O. box is actually in the description box below if you have letters or inquiries or anything like that. And I'm gonna take my little calculator here. So 85 plus the 17 is the 102. Okay, so this will actually just zero out. So this is the month I have it fully funded. So when I don't put the money in, it'll just be ending in zero anyway. So I thought I calculated it right. It just didn't look right. Okay, business license and stuff like that. I have $20 in there, and I'm going to add 10. Senior year is fully funded at $1,000. And I'm not going to add anything there. And then Canva for where I do my actual budget sheets and create and the PDFs and then upload them to Etsy and things like that. It's all done in Canva for me, and I really love that. I do my thumbnails, I do YouTube, and all kinds of things in that. So $120, and that's fully funded. And then my dividends. So, oops, I didn't mean to move that. My dividends, let's see. We were at $3.61. I don't know what our current dividends is, so once I go into the bank and fill this out, I will show you at the end of the month how much the bank gave us in dividends. And then, well, actually I can look that up real quick. Okay, so what I have here is $3.61 in dividends. And I'm showing in my bank account a deposit of 48 cents for keeping all this money in here. Yeah, for the end of July going for the 1st of August. So that will be what I have in the bank account. So we will be totaling these numbers up. I'm going to slide this up a little bit. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to move this to the side, and we'll just work with this sheet here and total the numbers up for you guys. So how much do we have going on in this savings account? Okay, I am back. So I have my sinking funds that I wrote over here on this side. I'm just going to push them out of the way, and I'm going to focus on these. Now, I erased the total sign. I just got onto the bank and took a look to find out what this dividend was, and then I realized I forgot. I added one more category, so I'm going to go ahead and write that in. And this is going to be child tax credit savings. Okay, so I did not have this in July's numbers, so I'm going to put it here and the beginning of August for sinking funds here, because I did add $250, which is what we qualified for the child tax credit. I do have a 17-year-old son in high school. He did qualify for us to have money, and we're just putting it in savings. I may use it to buy clothes for him later or something like that for back to school, anything he needs for back to school. But we did hear that some people may owe taxes at the in April when tax season comes around. because of this child tax credit. But I didn't want it to stop coming if we could use it and meet the needs of our son. So, especially going back to school or anything like that. So I went ahead and allowed the deposit to happen. I did not opt out or anything like that. And every time there's a deposit, this is where it's going to go. Now, I'm guessing there's another one coming, but I'm not going to fill it in until later. So I'm just going to not fill this in, and I'm not going to total this column up. I'm just going to total my beginning, and we'll do the adjustments of the math later. I know I'm going to definitely reduce it by $102, which will zero out this PO box for the here in August, and then next month I'll start again. Here, I'm just going to let this build and see what happens. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So we're just going to total the beginnings column. I'm going to move my total here. I kind of like the total up here with it instead of having to go all the way down here, but you can absolutely just let it ride and go all the way down to the bottom. Either way works. It's just I like the total closest to the numbers at the tops. Just on this page. The rest of the sheets, I actually use the bottom, but this one, yeah, I like it this way. So let's go ahead and add this up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I now have $2,706.76. Normally my beginnings would match my endings, but I had closed this out before I added that new category and made the decision to put it in sinking funds for the child tax credit. So I want to make that correction. So it's $2,706.76. Here, let's see, I will add this up. I'm not going to write anything down because I don't know about what the amount, I'm sure it's the same amount, but until it hits the bank, I don't want to guarantee it, and there's no pending deposit yet. And then I will put a total here later. So, but just to give you an idea of what the deposit will look like is by adding all this up. So I have $10 plus $583 plus $583, and then 55 plus 20 plus 57 plus 100 plus 50 plus 50 plus 17 and 10. Okay, typically I would do $380.66. That's my average now, especially after I fully funded Canva in senior year. And then I want to take out the 120. Oh, the wrong thing. Sorry. Let's try that again. 380.66 minus the 102. I don't know why I said 120. So then I'm going to put 278.66 and plus the 48 cents. This is what the new sinking funds deposits would be, and and the child tax credit would make it $250, and so I'll be putting $529.14 probably when this child tax credit comes in. And when my third paycheck hits, when I have both of those in the account at the same time, this is what I'm going to be transferring over, and that's what's going to be deposited here. In fact, I could probably do a sticky note. Where did I put those? So I could put a sticky note in these two areas and kind of give myself a little picture of what it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and write $250. And I love these little transparent sticky notes because you can see the lines underneath, which is kind of cool. And then I'm going to put this number. I don't even need to draw that, but there we go. $529.14. And grab my tweezers. I'm so used to using tweezers now. I feel like I can't use them do anything without them now, with stickers and sticky notes and stuff. There we go. So this would go like right here. This is just me like pre-planning ahead of time so that when the time comes and I really want to write it down, I have the numbers right in front of me. I don't have to add them back. And that's how I do a lot of my planning, is these little clear stickies. And I have them all over, and before I come on camera, I pull them off and then have the numbers right in front of me off to the side. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, that is the sinking funds right there. And we'll see what the difference is if I need to pull anything out for anything else, and what the new ending numbers will be going forward for the month of September, which I have new September budget sheets I'm excited about. I don't know if I'll have them up before or after this video, but that's kind of cool. I'm really excited. So I have that. So sinking funds, I am now putting off to the side. And now we need to move on to the savings trackers. So here's my savings tracker. Here's, whoops. Here's last month's savings tracker. So let's look at last month and see what we got going on. I'm trying to remember what was going on here. So the only thing I've got going on from last month that I need to pay attention is this August vacation, because it is August. We're coming up on vacation here soon. So yeah, we need to pay attention to that. I think I have it listed exactly the same. Start emergency fund 36. You can't even see the other side. I think I went ahead and took out, no, I do have vacation savings here. So start emergency fund 36, travel expense, VA education savings, VA or vacation savings, and then dividends. At the time I didn't think of child tax credit. Did I put it here or in my sinking funds? I put it in my sinking funds. I may have did it twice. I will have to check the math and report back to you guys, because I'm not so sure anymore. Hold on a second. Okay, so I am clearly not sure what I did. Apparently my intentions were to put it in the savings tracker, but I believe I put it in the sinking fund, because this is up by $250. And that's, maybe I did $250 twice. If that's the case, then woohoo, I saved myself some extra money. I didn't realize it. Wow, vacation and budgeting does not work very easily, and I don't vacation very often, so this has been really hard. So I'm gonna have to pay better attention at the end of this month and make a decision on this. I'm not sure what I did, but yeah, let's move forward. So I'm going to put this child tax credit here, even though it may be in two different places, and do a deep dive on what I actually did with the numbers. I knew I was flip-flopping between the both savings accounts, because these are two separate savings accounts, and I actually run my savings tracker as a sinking fund, but it's an one pot for emergencies and certain savings that I want separate from our annual expenses. I wanted them separated. So let's see, child tax credit. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there, and we're going to write down our beginnings, and then I will figure out later and report at the end of the month what actually happened. So this is always $1,000. That's our starter baby step 1 emergency fund. 3 to 6 months ended in $10,220, which is 28% funded for the 36,500 that I was hoping to get. And I'm actually going to redo my savings tracker and probably cut that number in half, because there are changes coming up and we feel like that might be a little too much, too ambitious for right now, but hopefully grow it that far in the future. So travel expense has been brought up to $706. That was a travel reimbursement we got back. Normally it's $800, but the rest of it is on a ship, waiting for my husband to come back to work and travel with the ship when it's time to travel again. So that's good. VA education savings is 0. That will happen. That will happen again when my husband takes classes late in the fall and early winter. He will be taking another class, so they'll probably do another deposit then. It's the VA education benefits for the 9/11 Montgomery GI Bill, I think is what it is. And it's a grant, so whatever money is given, what's left over, my husband gets, and that's part of housing and stuff that they have calculated into that. Vacation savings, so 0 is $3,500. I have not moved this money yet. I'm not going to move it until I absolutely have to. And then child tax credits, a little out of order than this one, but that's okay. 250. I may have put it in 2 different places. I don't know what I did. I can't believe I didn't realize that. So, and then dividends. Right now are, let's see, $16.66. And then we have our total. And I forgot to look at what the dividends were. So let me pull that back up. And we'll put what has been deposited. Because no other money movement has happened. I typically don't move money until the end of the month anyway. So this is the savings account. And let's see. Okay, it's $3.09. So let's total this up. Well, this is already totaled over here. So this was $15,442.25. 442.25 plus the 309, and that gives us. So what I'm going to do is make an adjustment to the dividends because I don't think these are right. So just to backtrack, 15,450. Oh, it's really off. Okay. No, it's not. Oh, okay. So, $15,442.25. We'll make that a negative, plus the $15,445.75 that it should be. It should be $350. Somewhere I messed up, so I'm just using the bank account. I'm going to move that to $350, and that will offset anything I did wrong here in the dividends or any other area. But that is, this plus this is what my actual bank account says. So that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, sometimes, you know, life gets tough. Life gets really tough, and you don't realize what you've done math-wise. Sometimes it just doesn't always work out. So I'm going to go here. I'm on my laptop, and there we go. Pull up my credit card and make sure I'm not missing anything there. So I am not. I have stayed on top of that. So we are going to move on to my credit card transaction log. This was last month, and I did move a balance forward of $891.66 to the month of August. So when I turn this over, you will see that available credit was dropped, and thought I was going to be able to pay it off before the 1st, but I did not. And I shouldn't erase. There we go. So I brought it over, and so far I haven't got charged interest. The cutoff date is actually, I think, the 26th of every month. That's when I get a new bank statement and things like that. So I had a good majority paid off. They just haven't charged any interest. They might down when they calculate things later. I'm not exactly 100% sure how they do that. I just wait for them to do things. So that was the available credit at the beginning of August. Transactions happened. Etsy happened. An autograph that we bought at GalaxyCon was one of those things. We did a little extra spending, and then I got my son a jacket that he loves that was part of Hero Academia, kind of anime design cartoon thing that he's very aware of and watches. So I have no idea about it. My husband's music, CBS All Access, which is Paramount now, Plus, and then the P.O. Box. I did do the P.O. Box on the credit card, and that will come out of the, when I pay the credit card at the end of the month, I'll pay less into, like I showed you earlier, to the sinking fund, and then pay more into the credit card here, and that will balance it out. Did make a payment of $984.36. Once I did my final breakdown for the month of July, I saw how much money I had available and I could pay the credit card and made the payment to the credit card. We did pre-purchase a hotel room for 1 night, 2 rooms at Hilton on our way to Gatlinburg. We just didn't want to drive 8 hours there, and then we wanted to take our time getting there. And I have a cousin that lives near the route that we're taking to Gatlinburg from Virginia Beach, basically, across the southern half of Virginia in Roanoke. And she doesn't live in Roanoke, but it's very close to Roanoke. And I said, if we're in the area, you know, guys are available, we can stop by and say hi. And then Sling TV went up $6, so that came out. And then HP Instant Ink, I have nothing else. So we're at $601.52. So, yeah, our buffer should be able to cover that. The hotel, the savings we have for the vacation here will definitely be able to cover that $200 charge for this credit card purchase of the Hilton. And then we're going to have hotel purchases on here for later. I don't do hotels on my regular credit card. I don't keep enough in the account as a buffer to actually cover any hotel charges, because they put a hold. I checked into a hotel, Fairfield Inn. I had rewards points. It was free for me to stay because I had so many points for 2 nights, but they still needed a credit card for incidentals in case we charged anything to the room. Made long distance calls on their telephone, which nobody does anymore because everybody has their own cell phone. And so it was one of those things where I was like, okay, they needed the credit card to put a hold on it in case there was, and that hold is just us giving them permission to put those charges if charges do happen. So it was $40 a night, the 2 nights we were there, that they put a hold. And then once I checked out, and a day or 2 later, that hold was released. I'm like, I don't want that on my checking account. I don't mind it on the credit card because I'm not living off my credit card, but I live off my checking account and I need every penny available. So that is part of the reason why I keep a credit card, is for something like that. Those incidentals and travel and things like that. It's not that it's better protection, it's a different type of protection. And it's a different style of budgeting that makes sense to me. So that's what I want to do there. So yeah, so far the credit card log does well. I don't need to do anything here. I highlight green for the things that are payments, and then yellow for subscriptions or planned things that I pay for. And if it's not highlighted, that's something extra. So I'm just going to draw a black line right here and here and here. These were not planned, basically, is what that's telling me. So, and yeah, and I made a different decision. So, but it also brings to the front exactly the balance of my credit card. When I write it out like this, I know how much is available credit. I know how much I owe, and go, well, I don't want to spend too much on the credit card because then that eats up all my checks for my paychecks and I have nothing available for something else. So, you know, if you're paying cash for 90% of everything that you do, then you want to make sure you keep your credit card paid off every month and that what you have to pay off is low. So that's how I look at it. So I hope this helps. I'm going to go ahead and pop these sheets back into my notebook, and we'll close out this video. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So sinking funds complete. Made a discovery that I put $250 in here. I may have put another $250 in this one, and thinking they were both child tax credit. I will explore that and let you know at the end of the month what happened. And if I did do it twice, then where does that money go? What does that represent for the future? He's going to laugh at me too, I guarantee it. And then credit card log. I am right where I want to be. I know why I did what purchase and where the money's coming from and how I'm going to pay it off, hopefully by the end of the month. And hopefully we don't need more. There may be more charges that we won't be able to pay off because there's some things with my husband's vehicle and we're taking it to the Jeep dealership instead of our normal Amco, because we feel Jeep would be better qualified to take care of the needs of what we need. Amco's great and we love using them, but there's something in our gut saying go to the Jeep dealer first. So that's what we're going to do. So I hope you have an amazing and blessed day, and I will see you guys next time, and take care. Bye.